Hey folks, my name is Jen, and today, or close enough to today, is my Booktube anniversary. So it's been about 3 years. Sometimes it feels like more like 15. It's probably mostly due to starting my channel during the pandemic, but I figured what is a better way to celebrate this anniversary than by doing a tag. So this is actually a tag that I have done before, I believe in 2021, and that is the Booktube Anniversary Tag. So this was originally created by Book Your Imagination. I will leave a link to her original video in the description box down below, as per usual. And yeah, let's get into the tag. So the first question is, what anniversary are you celebrating? And like I said, it's been 3 years of my rambling nonsense. Question 2 is, what genre or genres does your channel generally focus on? So I read, I think, a lot of mysteries. So I know that's a genre that I probably talk about a lot. But I am kind of also all over the place. I read a lot of different things, so there's a good chunk of mysteries, but there's also romance and historical fiction and classics and fantasy and horror and nonfiction and poetry and plays and contemporary and graphic novels and manga and very occasionally sci-fi. That's one I don't usually talk about that much. All over the place, because there's a lot of different things I like to read, and there's a lot of things I'm interested in. So, question 3 is, what are you most proud of on your channel from the last year? I think what I'm most proud of is being consistent, or being a little more consistent. I think I managed to find my groove last year, for the most part, and get into a fairly consistent schedule of, okay, this is the time that I'm setting aside to film, this is the time that I'm editing, this is the time that I am, posting and uploading and trying to do it on consistent days instead of all over the place during the week. And I've definitely improved more in that, I think, over the past couple of months, because I made that one of my goals for 2023. One of my New Year's resolutions was to just be a little bit better about my scheduling and my time and stuff like that. And so I think I've gotten a little more consistent overall, so everything doesn't feel all loosey-goosey all the time. Question number 4 is, do you receive any arcs to review? No, I do not. And honestly, I don't know if I want that kind of responsibility, just because I'm concerned that what happens if I don't like the book that this person sent me, or that the company sent me. What if I didn't like it? What if I hated it and then I have to review it? I would just feel like really bad about that, and also quite a bit of pressure that I don't want. I have enough pressure already in my life, most of which I put on myself. I don't need any. I don't need any more. Question number 5 is, what type of videos do you most like to do on your channel? So I still do a lot of tags. That was what I mostly started doing, I think, in the beginning, was a lot of tag videos, just because that's what I watched a lot of, and that was really what I was into, and I didn't really know what else to do. So I still do a lot of those. I do like doing those. I really like just talking about books that I love. Like, I really love, I also love talking about books I didn't like, in a sense, but I just really like talking about books I really loved and books I recommend. I think what I found really fun lately, like over this just past year, is doing something just a little bit different. Like the seasonal vibes videos that I started doing in the summer, like summer vibes, the fall vibes, the winter vibes. I'm going to do like a spring version too. I think I'll save that for like April maybe or something. I really like making those because it's just a little something different. And there's a lot of other, I mean, I love books, and that is the majority of my life is devoted to books and reading and writing and just a lot of different things, but I am interested in a lot of other stuff as well. So I also like having the opportunity to just talk about other stuff that I'm currently interested in or vibing with, basically. And I also really like talking about something else, like when I made the Titanic like anniversary video last April, yeah, last April. That was fun. I really enjoyed doing that too because I got to talk about something else that I'm really interested in, but also tie it back to something I'd been reading about, a book that I've been reading. And I really liked that juxtaposition of being able to talk about books but also talking about something related to it, kind of, that I'm also like super into, like boat disasters. Oh, and I also really like making the videos that I make at like the beginning of the year usually, where I talk about my best and worst reads from the previous year. I really enjoy making that. That's a lot of fun usually. Question number 6 is, what types of videos do you like to watch on other people's channels? So I am a sucker for a bookshelf tour. I love seeing what other people are into, partially because I'm just really nosy, but also because I like finding connections, I guess, here and there with others, because maybe like I've had it happen a couple of times where I've watched somebody's bookshelf tours and I've watched a few of their other videos, and they'll talk about, you know, a lot of their shelves are devoted to a particular genre or something, and it's stuff that they talk about all the time, but then somewhere on their shelf is like a couple of books that they don't really mention, and I'm like, oh shit, that's my favorite book from childhood. You like that? Obviously it's on your shelf still. Finding little things like that, I think that's a lot of fun, and also, like I said, I'm nosy. But I also really like watching reviews and book hauls. Those are also a lot of fun, but they're really probably a bad idea for me to watch most of the time, because then I end up adding more books to my thrift books wish list or something, and it's, yeah. Question number 7 is, was there anything you tried on your channel last year that didn't work? So I mentioned the Titanic video, and that one honestly didn't get a lot of views. I wasn't 100% confident that it would get a lot of views anyway. Sometimes I feel like my interests aren't shared by a lot of people, or not really shared by a lot of people in the bookish community, I guess is what I mean. It wasn't a fully bookish video, even though I did talk about The Thinking Machine in it, which is also a book that I don't think is really that popular. But yeah, because I know everybody knows about the Titanic, but I don't think for the most part a lot of people are like, yeah, let's talk about shipwrecks in this particular community for the most part. But I mean, I've always been interested. My dad's obsessed with the Titanic, so I just kind of grew into that obsession. So yeah, anyway, that didn't really get a lot of views, and that kind of thing also happened with another more bookish but not bookish video I made previously. I think I talked about it the last time I did my the anniversary tag before, was I made like this Christmas Carol chat video where I talked about A Christmas Carol because it's one of my favorite books, but I also talked about my favorite movie and show adaptations of it, and that didn't do so well to my memory either. And on the one hand, it's a little discouraging that not many people were as jazzed as I was about like the topics. Or maybe it was just about my video, honestly. That's pretty fair, I guess. But I did end up talking with my husband about it and just saying like, hey, that's kind of, you know, it's a little discouraging sometimes. And he ended up kind of putting it into perspective for me, and he was like, you know, did you like reading the book? Did you like researching? Did you like planning this? I said, yep. Did you like making the video? Yep. Said, at the end of the day, what does it matter as long as you had fun? Question number 8 is, was there anything on your channel last year that you won't do again? I don't really think so. I mean, as long as the videos are fun, I'll just keep making whatever. Question 9 is there anything you want to do more of this year? I would like to make more reviews. Or just straight up, like, videos about chatting about books. I keep flip-flopping a lot of the time between really long drawn-out ramblings that are a bitch to edit, I can tell you, or short commentary that I feel like doesn't always get at the nuggets of what I'm trying to get across. And I'd like to do a lot more reviews and a lot more of things like that so I can get comfortable enough so I can be more succinct and just better overall at communicating my thoughts about whatever it was that I read. Question 10 is there anything new you want to add to your channel this year? I did brainstorm recently, and I have a couple of ideas of like video series and things that I am pretty excited about. They'll take a little bit of pre-planning and stuff like that, but I think that that's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I also still need to make a video talking about like my favorite books of all time, but the more I think about it, that actually might also be broken up into a video series because I want to really be able to fully articulate why these books are so important to me, and I don't want the video to be like an hour long. So I think what I might end up doing is I might split my favorite books of all time up by genres and just do like a favorite book series. And that way you guys aren't sitting for so long and I can really kind of talk to you about why these are why these are the top tier books for me. Question 11 is, what are some challenges that you face on your channel? Those challenges would be the same as always. My own issues with technology. We don't always get along. That's life. I'm slowly working on it though. Question 12 is, what equipment do you use to film your videos? So I'll insert like a clip or like photos or something of my camera. So it's currently in use, but it is a Sony HD Handycam 9.2 megapixels. It's pretty handy. It's usually on my tripod, which is just like this cheapish, like I think it's an Ultimax. It's just one that I found on Amazon like a year or two ago. I've taken a couple of clips before on my Android phone, but to be honest, I don't really like using my phone to take videos. It's annoying to upload to my computer. It's annoying in general. Everything is edited on my laptop. I will show you here. It is a ThinkPad. The editor that I use on here is called OpenShot Video Editor, which is a free download. I am planning on researching better editors though, because this one is honestly, it's just not the greatest. It's free. That shows. And I mean, it gets the job done, but I'd really like to up my editing game in the future. And also maybe make my life just a little bit easier. As for like lighting and stuff like that, I don't use ring lights or anything like that because, like, A, I don't want to spend the money. B, we don't have a lot of room for me to like set it up and store it all the time. C, I wear glasses. The glare would just end up pissing me off, pissing you guys off. It's already, you can see the glare all the time anyway, so just... Normally I use naturally sunny days, which if you've noticed the lighting in here change is because it was sunny outside and now it's overcast while I've been filming this. Otherwise, I also have my lights that are set up by the window. I'll show you. Those are just my office lights that are in here. Anyway, now I've fucked up my angle. Nice. So yeah, basically that's that's my filming equipment, and I'm pretty okay with that staying as the filming equipment for the most part, other than maybe getting a different editor, just because I feel like I might have said it in my other video, but I don't wanna spend a lot of it's a weird like little feeling I have about it, but as soon as I spend like a lot of money on like better equipment and doing different stuff like that, I'm gonna feel pressure, and it's gonna feel more like a second job, and as soon as it feels like a second job, it's not gonna be fun anymore. So yeah, we're keeping it simple. Question number 13 is, what is your best piece of advice to give a fellow booktuber? I think I might have said it last time, but it still holds true, and that is to just do it. If you want to be a booktuber and you haven't started, you've been lurking around, just make a video. I lurked for a long time. This whole everything, it took a need to quiet my anxiety in 2020 by giving myself something else to focus on for me to start actually making and posting videos. So I mean, just start your channel. You end up not liking it, that's cool. You know, at least you tried it out. But if you really enjoy it, just keep going. Just keep doing stuff. It might take a while to get subs or make connections with people or do stuff, but just keep going. Just keep swimming, like Dory says. Just. Question 14 is actually the last question. What is the best part of having a booktube channel? I would say the people. I'm saying this as someone who regularly freaks out before most social interactions. Finding kind and fun people who are also like super into books, and being able to find others to interact with who also gush about a certain book or series or author or whatever, you know, that's been pretty great. So yeah, so that's that tag. I'm not sure who has or hasn't done it, and I'm not 100% sure where y'all's like Booktubeversaries are, so if you are interested in this tag, consider yourself tagged. So before I like close out the video or something, yeah, 3 years has been pretty crazy. Like I said in the tag, I started this channel because I was working from home, and every spare moment when I wasn't working was basically spent doom scrolling on my phone and panicking about the unknown. I hate when things are unknown. I hate when things are uncertain. So I just spent all of my time panicking about it. So I ended up filming a couple of videos on my laptop camera, and I posted them totally unedited because I didn't know how to edit at the time. And I posted them up here on YouTube, and they're honestly pretty bad. I honestly didn't think anyone would watch them, but slowly and surely people have watched them. I think that has been the most surprising thing about this channel, basically. it is really hard to make friends as an adult. Booktube kind of feels like it's a giant party that is going on, and you've managed to get in, but you just sidled on into the room and you tried to start a convo that was like, meh, and now you're petting the host cat in the corner, or you're swaying to the music with a drink in your hand, and you're hoping that someone will eventually realize, oh, you're still over there, and maybe they'll come over and compliment the t-shirt you wore with the Stephen King quote on it, and, you know, then they'll start talking to you about books. And I don't know, that was a bad analogy. What I mean is that you can take a lot of time on here posting videos and ending up spending a good chunk of that time feeling like you're just screaming into the void, and it can feel a little discouraging after a while, but you know, then connections happen, people watch, people comment, people shout you out, and you eventually get over your socially anxious ass and you try to connect back, and yeah, here it is. It's 3 years later, and I'm starting to not feel like the wallflower at the party. I don't know what this ramble is. It's a really weird thank you, I guess. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for always watching. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, for commenting, for kind words and shout outs and tags and just like everything. And thank you for also checking out my Bookstagram too, if you're also lurking on there as well. Anyway, thanks. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.